Hello everyone, my name is Emily Croft, and for my oral presentation, I chose to do this ad by Burger King. It says, "It will blow your mind away." As you can see, there is a woman here with a burger dangled in front of her face. I chose this ad for this presentation because I felt it was appropriate because of how inappropriate it is to be displayed in the media. In an article by Zimmerman and Dahlberg called "The Sexual Objectification of Women in Advertising: A Contemporary Cultural Perspective," they did a study with men and women, asking them whether they thought that sexual objectification of women in the media was an issue. And their final results were that almost all of them, including the men, said that women were sexually objectified and degraded way too much in the media, and that it needs to be stopped. In an article by Bass, Palladino, and Puria, "Are Sexually Objectified Women Complete Human Beings? Why Men and Women Dehumanize Sexually Objectified Women." They said that evolutionary theorists, for example, suggest that a female compared with a male body attracts more attention as it gives more information on a woman's fertility and reproductive value. Such a shift in attention more easily reduces a woman to her bodily features and more likely diminishes her value as a person. They are saying that a lot of the times when women are in the media like this, people will dehumanize them as a person and degrade them, even though a lot of the times this is not what they want. It just so happens that they are being put in that ad. In an article by Gill entitled "Beyond the Sexualization of Culture, the Thesis is an Intersectional Analysis of Six-Packs, Midriffs, and Hot Lesbians in Advertising," they said, "Where once sexualized representations of women in advertising present them as passive, mute objects of an assumed mass gaze, today women are presented as active, desiring sexual objects who choose to represent themselves in a seemingly objectified manner because it suits their interest to do so. Some women might do this. It's their personal preference, which does not mean we have to degrade them even more. But for example, the woman in this Burger King ad actually had no idea that she was in it until it went public. She reached out to Burger King, she went live on YouTube, and she told everyone that she had no intentions of being in this ad. They objectified her as a woman, they made her look bad, so the ad was eventually taken down because of her request. In an article by Bongerino, Bain, and Haslam entitled "When Sex Doesn't Sell, Using Sexualized Images of Women Reduces Support for Ethical Campaigns," they said that images of scantily clad women are used by advertisers to make products more attractive to men. This goes along with actually the Reveal ad by Calvin Klein for their cologne for men. In this ad, you see a man pictured in a suit with the cologne at the bottom of the page, and there is a naked woman hugging him. And this just makes people think that wearing this cologne will attract all the women, that women are just drawn to things like this. Actually, an ad that we went over in class it was like one of the old-fashioned ads. It showed a man with a cigarello, and it said, "If you blow this in her face, she'll follow you anywhere." That just makes women look bad all around when that is most likely not the case. They want men to think that no matter what they do, women will be attracted to them and that women are not hard to please. In an article by Sankiewicz and Rosselli entitled "Women as Sex Objects and Victims in Print Advertisements," they looked at 58 different magazines and discovered that over half of them featured women in them as sexualized objects. And if this statistic went down, a lot of people would look at these magazines more. They would respect them more. I personally know people that will not buy certain magazines because of the way that they treat women. And a different article by Gill entitled "Empowerment, Sexism, and Figuring Female Sexual Agency in Contemporary Advertising." They say, "Today, the body is portrayed in advertising and many other parts of the media as the primary source of women's capital." Basically, they are saying that as a woman, your body is one of the best things you have going for you. but we are all expected to be thin and fit and muscular and have absolutely no cellulite on us. But that is not very common. People have to understand that we are who we are and they have to love us for who we are, and that we need to stop being degraded and objectified.